guardians all over the world move in silence amongst us, constantly training and refining their skills as the protectors of all that lives upon the bosom of our Mother Earth. 7 brave guardians answered a call to travel to America and assemble as a pack for an 80-day wilderness immersion in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. This is the story of their life-changing journey. This training isn't about self-defense or teaching survivalists to prepare for the collapse of civilization. This training is a pathway to becoming a complete person by realizing our full potential for awareness, for health, for performance, success, and peace. It's a way to effectively serve our people and our world by equipping us with the skills to make a difference. At the forefront of Guardian consciousness is the ultimate mission of the Guardian: to serve his community. This training focuses on mission consciousness and teamwork in service to Mother Earth. Meet the Guardian Pack. Before traveling to America for the Guardian Training Intensive, each person completed an 80-day online training to prepare themselves mentally, emotionally, and physically. They give up their names for now, as well as their native tongues. English will be the only language used from here forward, and they shift from an I, me, my consciousness to speaking in third person for the remainder of this training. The Guardians engage in their first meetings at the Teaching Drum Outdoor School in Three Lakes, Wisconsin. With program guides Letty, Odemakwa, and Tamarack, that's me, the person talking, many imperative topics are covered in the first few suns, such as moving with finesse, becoming invisible, orienteering, wilderness first aid, and intuitive communication. The trainees construct their pack frames and are outfitted with gear they'll use to survive in the wild for nearly 3 moons. It's time to leave the comfort of campus and navigate the unknown wilderness, moving like shadows, as they make the long journey to the shores of Woodbury Lake. On an overcast day without much wind, it can be easy to get turned around and even lost when orienteering without a compass, and this is exactly what happened. Unsure of where to go next, the Guardians choose to return to campus and regroup, get some rest, and prepare themselves to restart the journey afresh. The Guardians are ready, navigating without a compass through trackless forests and wetlands. They practice stealth and move in silence, avoiding roads and private property. With heavy pack frames and empty stomachs, they hike all sun, arriving at their destination, successful and exhausted. Welcome to Nishnajada.
Now that we're here at Nishnajada, there's one thing that's important for this person to convey as far as the role that this person plays here. And that is that the sky is the limit as far as what you can gain from this experience. If you want more information, more challenge, if you're hungry and you have the capacity, please let this person know, because he has so much that he could share and he doesn't want to overwhelm you. This person is in partnership with the mother, so what we have to share with you is endless. There's just so much. This person is here to serve. The mother is here to serve. So let us know what you need or don't need.
The pack receives a food drop every 3 suns, consisting of wild meats and fat, nuts and eggs, fruit, avocados, starches, wild rice, and greens. Hunting and trapping are discouraged in order to focus on the Guardian Way. Yet the pack will forage for the majority of their greens in the green season, and they will learn primitive fishing techniques. They begin their journey with water filters. However, soon they will all acclimate themselves to drinking wild water.
With this food drop, start getting your food all the more as a stealth mission. Get your scouts out on either end and make sure there's nobody coming, and be as quick as possible with as few people as possible exposed out on the road. One person exposed, you can pass the food on to the next person and the next person into the woods. So there's very little movement. So the person at the trunk ought to have someone else who is as disguised as possible and pass the food on to that person and then the other person. So there's as little movement as possible. Exposure is a big deal. So you want to get the food into the woods, into the place, your staging area, which is disguised behind a log or whatever. Dump the food out, get the boxes back, and you're done as far as your exposure to the road. Then you can take your time packing your food and processing chicken or whatever. So the actual process of getting the food is, one, as little movement as possible, and two, as quick as possible. The longer a mission, the more the exposure and the more the risk. Okay, good to go. Now, what happens here is that we have these two categories of hunger. And when we don't have our non-food hungers met, it often overlaps to food, and we're not feeling emotionally fulfilled, so we eat. We're lonely, we eat. We're stressed, we eat. We look to find comfort in food. So the first thing we need to do is to meet our other hungers. Now we are clear. We can clearly read our food hungers and trust them. We're not eating for other reasons. Now we won't overeat. We don't have to be concerned about addiction to food or other substances, because we are psycho-emotionally fulfilled. Now, some hungers get distorted. We have a need for mineral salts. When we are not eating the whole animal, when we are not eating some deep root vegetables, when we are not consuming the blood of an animal, we get this hunger for salt. Blood, and the blood in the flesh, as well as just pure blood out of the animal, has the same component of salt as seawater. The same amount and ratio of mineral salts as seawater. So if we eat the whole animal, including the blood, our salt hunger is satisfied. In order to listen to these hungers and know when the hungers are satisfied, we need to do two things. One is to eat slowly, because it takes a while for the message to get from the stomach and small intestine to the brain. We have to eat slowly. And secondly, to chew our food thoroughly,
but the tongues and the eyes,
because that releases the nutrients contained in the food, breaks down the cell walls. So our sensory organs and our digestive system can pick up the fact that, oh yeah, I'm getting these nutrients. This person's getting the nutrients he needs. I'm going to send that message to the brain so it can relax. Any comments?
well, it looks like you could straighten her out a little bit at the back, because it seems like if it starts raining really strongly, the water might collect somewhere in that area.
Yeah, that's important. You got a sag in the center to take care of there.
which would help your sleeping comfort as well.
Maybe a little bit downhill.
You're on a slope. So water's going to run in underneath you. Yeah, it's not as bad a problem as if you were in an actual depression. However, it would still be good if you were at the high point and the water's running off in all directions. The rest looks good. Your drip line looks good. You're not going to have trouble with drippage. We always strive for perfection in all we do. Perfection is a part of the definition of finesse. Of course, perfection is never achieved because we'd be as a question as well. There's always something to improve upon. But go for perfection. The closer to perfection we get, the less breakdowns we're going to have, the less issues we're going to have, the less trouble we're going to have, and the more relaxed and present we can be, and the more energy we have to serve. So always strive for perfection. Never say it's good enough, because it never is, at least as long as this person is around.
After the last meeting, like everyone was really excited to get more into fire making. After hearing you say that you can teach us a lot.
Who wants to go as far as you can and farther with fire making? Okay, a couple sketchies, mostly yeses. Okay, so this is going to be, challenge is opportunity. This is going to be tremendously challenging. So if you're at all sketchy about it, don't commit yourself. Commitment is opportunity. It's the only way to open the door. If you're not sure, if you're not ready, just wait. Wait until you're called, if you're called. Not everybody has to be an elite fire maker. Again, it's relationship. When you grow in relationship with fire, you're developing relationship skills that enrich your whole life. So, I can say, this person can say, yes, I'm going for that. But I'm not going for that. This person is going for relationship in general. This person is being open. This person is being trusting. This person is willing to give and not know if and when he is going to receive. There's a reason we're drawn to fire. All other young animals other than us humans are repelled by fire. All the other animals run. What did we do when we were kids? We want to play with fire. We want to throw things in. There's something there. There's something in our biology that connects us with fire. 2 out of 3 young children explore and play with fire. Many of you know that from personal experience when you were young. About 500,000 turns of the seasons ago, our ancestors learned how to embrace the spirit of fire. And at that time, it opened the doorway to us being able to evolve bigger brains and smaller guts, because fire is partially processing our food, gave the energy that's needed to support a large brain. And we developed more of a taste for meat, which was already happening. In order to get meat, we need to be very coordinated. We need to be more socialized. We need to focus on a coordinated hunt to get the volume of meat that's needed to feed a clan. It's not just snaring rodents and such. We needed a lot of meat. We had to go for the ungulates, the big animals. And that takes a lot of coordination, which takes a lot of mental energy. It takes coordinating a mission as you're learning. The hunt is a mission. So fire became an increasingly important part of life for our ancestors. The more we hunted, the more we ran, and the hotter we got. And the more our hair kept us hot. We weren't able to disperse the heat. So we developed sweat glands. Most mammals don't have sweat glands. They don't sweat. Canines will pant to get rid of excess heat. You've all seen dogs panting, I'm sure, when they get hot. We sweat. And to have fur and sweat doesn't work because sweat needs to dissipate quickly in order to release the heat. That's why we have largely open skin. However, when we started to migrate northward as a species, it got colder and colder. So fire came in, started to serve another function, and that is to keep us warm from the outside. So we would gather around the fire to stay warm. And the further north we migrated, the shorter the suns were, and the longer the start time was. So fire became important for providing light. Now we have 3 reasons for this relationship with fire: for processing our food, for warmth, and for light. So we gradually learned how to, rather than just capturing fire, our distant ancestors had to keep a fire going because they did not know how to release the spirit of fire from the wood. They had to keep the fire going all the time. And if they lost their fire, they had to go to another clan in order to get some coals to bring fire back again. So here we are, meeting our distant ancestors at this place where they have learned how to release the spirit of the Sun Father from the wood. Here's an important concept. This has to do with honor and respect for the Sun Father and the Earth Mother and the gifts they give. Because this wood is a result of the mating of the Sun Father and the Earth Mother. There are the minerals, the nourishment of the earth, combining with the energy of the Earth Mother, combining with the energy of the Sun Father. This is their child, this wood. And we are giving the gift of breaking down this sexual union, this sacred bonding. And when we create, quote unquote, create the spark is already there. The fire is already in this wood. We are just releasing the fire. And this wood is slowly burning right now. This wood, as this person holds her, is releasing warmth. The same amount of warmth that would be released if this wood was burned. It's just very little released over a very slow period of time. And you all know this. Has anyone worked with compost? Mm-hmm. You notice how warm the compost gets? Yeah. That's a slow burn. It's burning. So all we're doing is speeding up the burning process. That's all. The same amount of heat is released over many turns of the seasons as this wood, quote unquote, rots, or if we enact our ritual of burning this wood, it happens much faster, which is why we get all the heat at once. Same process, same amount of heat. So we've been given a tremendous gift of being able to deconstruct this mating, this sexual union, which produced the child. This is the child of Earth Mother and Sun Father. So here's where we meet our ancestors. We are learning this ritual that they have learned. The beauty of doing this here, learning this here, is that there's a reason for it. You are literally cooking your food with the fires you make. You are literally lighting your night when you're up with the fire you make. Sagame, the mosquitoes get heavy, you're going to be smudging with the fire you make to keep the mosquitoes away. All of these reasons. You have a reason for doing this. And this reason is the same reason your ancestors connected with the spirit of fire. This is a journey to your ancestral self, this ritual that you're going to be enacting.
Ember! Yay!
Just wanted to ask you to step in.
Here we are.
Where we're getting to is really the essence of life.
Don't miss this one.
They really want to go deeper into the fire making. They really want this fire to burn. This is the deep, deep longing to become the fire and to completely fill themselves with this fire that's burning and dancing and that's so alive, and then to be able to be a light for others as well, and to strengthen the fire within others. This is what they are here for. This is what they do the journey for, and this is what they want to give all inside.
Yeah. We have some more.
Alright. Hi. Yeah. We're not really there yet, though.
Nah, we got it till this point.
That is true.
Hey, back on track.
Step right in the middle of the boat, and then bring the rest of your body over and sit right down in the boat, cross-legged. So if you have your weight always in the middle of the boat, it's going to be stable. You can stand here and you can move your boat around all over the place with just keeping your foot in the middle of the boat. You're not going to tip. So you hold the paddle vertical and right down as close to the boat as possible. This is the basic paddle stroke. Keeping your arms straight. Okay, at the end of the stroke, the way you steer is to keep your paddle in the water, turn it up vertical, and if you turn it out like this, you're going to turn in the direction you tip the paddle toward. If you tip the paddle the other way, you're going to go in the other direction. So with every stroke, you leave the paddle in the water for a few heartbeats and give it a turn, whichever way you want to turn. Paddle again. Give a turn, paddle again, give a turn. Once you get used to it, you can keep both hands really loose and let the paddle do most of the work. And you're doing most of the energy expenditure with your shoulders, not your arms. So your arms aren't going to get fatigued. You've got a lot more strength in your shoulders than in your arms. Let's get in the water and just practice that to begin with, and then we'll do a couple other strokes after we get that down, after we get used to the boats. Okay, get the boat out parallel to the shoreline so you have the boat in both ends of the boat in deep water. Okay. Yep. To start with, hold on with one hand to the stump. Yep. All right. There's how to do it. Okay, go ahead. Grab your boats, line up. Join the fun. Practice the basic stroke. Remember to keep your arms straight. And get your paddle up right next to your boat, as close to your boat as possible. Vertical and right straight down alongside the boat. Remember your thumbs. Don't wrap your thumbs around the paddle. Oh, see some bent arms. Nope, you still got your upper arms bent. Straighten her out. Get it up like this. Nope, you still got it bent. Straight like this. Go ahead, paddle around again. We've got to get this basic stroke down before we do anything else. At the end of your stroke, let the paddle go all the way back to the back of your boat. Then come up for the next stroke. Long stroke, all the way back to the back of your boat. Yeah, that's it. Now you got it. Okay. Oh, you're bending your arm. Bending your lower arm now. Keep it straight. Just keep paddling on one side until you get it down perfectly. Then you can start paddling on the other side. I see some arm bending over there. Okay, here's a way to turn quickly. Extend your paddle out as far as you can and do a sweep. Then come over your head. Sweep on the other side. Out, extend it out as far as you can, and you can just keep going around in a circle this way. And learn to paddle silently right away. Keep your paddle under the water. You won't make any noise. Okay, this is to move the boat sideways. Put your paddle in right beside you and vertical, and then slice the water back and forth like this, and your boat will, you can paddle sideways like this. Pretty neat, huh? Keep your paddle vertical. Get that upper arm straight so you get the paddle out and over the water. Yeah. Okay, you cut this way, cut back, right next to your boat. Okay, this way. Yep, keep it close to your boat. That's it. Okay. don't go out in the water if there's someone else on the water. You want to remain invisible. The lake is yours right now. Have fun. But not too much fun. This is a training now. We think it's rodents who are getting at the rawhide that we use to tie up this thatch, nibbling at it over the white season. What we're going to do is pick up this thatch and get it all in nice bundles again and tied up. You can study how the thatch is tied. Go inside. All of this is bundles. So let's go and take a look. The way this lodge is constructed is that it's made with saplings bent over, tied together, vertical saplings to form the basic frame, and then horizontal saplings run around, which supports the thatch. And the thatch is shingled. Start at the bottom, tie all the bundles of thatch like this around the bottom. Then you do the second row, which overlaps that one, and the next one that overlaps and overlaps. And that keeps the lodge dry. What we're going to do is to reconstruct bundles like this out of all this grass that's around. So you need to pick it up and get all the stem ends down and evened up to look like this, and then tie it. And you have that big bundle of twine that we sent out with.
Yes.
Okay, so first thing to do is to gather all the thatch, tie all the thatch together, and just stack her up in here. And then the second step will be to reinstall her. We're going to use this instead of the rawhide because the rawhide is attractive to the animals, and the animals are just chewer. This is treated to resist both insects and rodents. So hopefully this won't happen again.
We redo the whole grass lodge, or only
Nope.
that what is trimmed?
Just the bottom.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
just the bottom.
And the window, do we remove her, or do we try to fix that as well?
No, the window's going to be thatched over. Just not going to have a window.
Okay.
There's a place like this where this bundle is compromised. This bundle has been chopped off here. Might not hurt to replace this bundle right here. So we have good overlap. You got something going on right there. It looks like on that ring there's not proper overlap. See how far this one is coming down? And this row here is exposed. It should all look like this, just like a shaggy dog, completely overlapping like that, and it's interrupted there. So that needs attention. This one's upside down.
Yeah, we
See the
just
tie?
noticed it.
Okay. So just take some fine tuning now. You're close to there.
While out on a walk one sun, we guides discovered the primitive camp not far from the creek. The camp was equipped with a tarp roof shelter. The shelter was dug into the sand. It had a small wood stove, a fire pit, a bed, and a drying rack. Whoever built this camp most likely came in by way of the creek and was planning to hunt or trap illegally. The Guardians were given the mission to restore this area back to its original state and to deliver the stove and the construction materials to a rendezvous location downstream.
Person has a short information that you might be interested in. Last sun, this person was going back to the old camp spot and going to that big field of fern over there. And as he was taking a break and napping, he woke up because there was something moving in the forest. And as he looked closer, he could see two humans appearing the old camp spot, which were very disappointed, curious what happened to their camp. But this person stayed hidden, so he continued laying in between the ferns. Because of all the dry leaves, he would have made a lot of sound. So he didn't really get a very good look at them, but looked like two males wearing both the same outfit, both with a baseball cap, and one a little bit smaller than the other one. And they were confused looking around, and it sounded like they arrived by boat. And after a while they just left again after not finding the camp.
What are the odds that one of you would be there when the camp creators showed up?
And this person actually, in the first moment, he got really scared because he saw them running around with hatchets and he didn't know, like, And then at some point he was just laying there and heard them like, oh, where did it go? Chop the tree down here. Then this person started to really like laugh inside because he was like, that was a very successful mission of Guardians.
We have one mission which needs to be accomplished in complete stealth. Mission's going to involve exposure to residences, roads, and that means possible people. And if you are seen, you must abandon the mission and come back here. Abandon it on the spot. This is Military Road. This is south, this is north. Not very far off the road at all. There's a driveway and a small cabin. And behind that cabin, this is bog directly behind the cabin. And there is a lot of trash in this bog. This cabin is not owned by us. This cabin is owned by someone else. And we are performing a good neighbor mission here by cleaning up this bog.
this person is not responsible for all the trash that is lying in this bog. On this end, over here, probably a stone's throw away from the cabin, going out into the bog is an old walkway, an old boardwalk, painted white, that is deteriorating, all decomposing. There's that, which we're going to clean up completely. There's old concrete block. Do you know what concrete block is?
Mm-hmm.
There's some old tires. There's some bottles and jars, some old tarps. There are a couple of smaller buildings here too. There's an outhouse and a storage unit, and there's trash behind them as well, right on the edge of the bog. Right here is the driveway going into the cabin, and on the side of the driveway you are to neatly stack all of what you pull out in separated, all the concrete block in one pile, all the old painted wood in one pile, all the tires and tarps in another pile, off to the side, up close to the trees on the south side of the driveway, so that someone can still drive in, because this stuff's going to be picked up. So stack it neatly and off to the side, south side of the driveway, close to the road.
But so it's not visible from the road.
It can be visible. You can't be visible, but this stuff can be visible.
Ah, okay.
No problem. In fact, the more visible the better, because we're going to pick it up and get it out of there. And this needs to be executed in one sun. You have this sun to do it. Don't compromise your efficiency and your stealth, though, because remember, if you're seen by anyone driving by or walking by, or anyone here on campus, if you see someone around, walking around here, and there are going to be people walking around here, you need to stay invisible. Any questions?
Do you have a tip how to get there best? So do we go through over the log bridge, or do you have another recommendation how to get there?
Is that necessary?
No.
Okay. That means you have options.
Okay.
Any other questions?
So if we're seen, we go all the way back here and do it another sun?
Mm-hmm. If I come over to be deliberately seen to check in with you folks, you're going to know. If I'm just wandering around campus, you're doing something. You need, and I see you, you need to abandon. If I'm coming to see you, I will cross the road and come over there and interact with you. Are you up for it?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a stealth mission. You have to make the map disappear too, you know.
Which map?
Yeah, right. After many missions of pulling invasive species, restoring habitats, and cleaning dump sites and removing junk from the woods and the wilderness, the pack later names themselves the Trash Hunters in honor of all the litter they removed from the national forest lands. Every bit of trash and metal scrap they removed was recycled or disposed of properly. That's fine. Is this Oliver? Is there more?
There's still some more pictures.
Some more.
Not so much, but
Okay.
And the concrete blocks over there.
Oh yeah. A couple old pipes laying in here yet. Black pipes. Getting all dirty. What's up?
here's the ice cream.
What would your mother say? Yeesh.
You know what she would say.
You sure do.
She'd be proud.
Is everything going all right? Yeah, good. All right. You be sure to eat. All right. Any questions? All right. It's pretty straightforward. Already.
And also,
You have a fist now release. 5.
This person had a huge trigger coming up this early sun. As he worked through it, the trigger, he realized that he's saying goodbye to this camp. He does not really want to be here anymore. He wants to leave this area. He wants to go nomadic. Also, they started to have another chest pain on the right side, which feels like someone like kicked him or hit him with a stick or something. And he really has a big craving for protein and sleep. And they feel like they need to leave this place or they need to get more healing.
Doubts, fears, and regrets of what's been left behind. This is the unfinished business they carry with them. Physical discomfort, fatigue, being emotionally flat. This is tolerance rather than full acceptance. Feeling disoriented, depressed, or self-critical. This is self-doubt. And these are the first 3 thresholds. Facing these dragons is the only way the trainees can enter into the 4th threshold, where they'll have the opportunity to truly move beyond the I, me, my consciousness and into communion with all that lives and functioning as an organ within a greater organism.
This person is struggling a bit. This sun more than last sun, but last sun already also was struggling with all the thoughts in their head. And there's also a feeling of it's a bit hard to say out loud, but there's also a feeling of not wanting to be here, which is a feeling this person gets anywhere, so it's not really that much related to the place or what we are doing, but it saddens them to feel this feeling, and during the sun it gets then worse and then less and then worse. So this person is trying to, okay, let go, here now, stay present, be with the pack, walk consciously, and then it comes back up, and then he comes back up again, these thoughts. And this person was anticipating all of this. They know this happens when they're in a new environment or doing something scary, and these feelings are also one of the main reasons they really wanted to do this, and really want to do this without the antidepressant medication, because they really want to pull through on themselves and with the pack. So to rely on that and not rely on chemicals. Yeah, it feels good to say that quite loud. It's been festering a bit within.
Okay. After this is completely restored, that's completely restored, and the trail's going hither and yon. It's going back to the canoe launch, the new canoe launch on Julia Lake, stashing the canoe where you found her, and going back to your first camp in Nishnajada.
Mm-hmm.
And you are there only to pick up your boats. Your boats get taken to the bridge on Furbush Creek, the snowmobile bridge you cross. And you put your boats in there and paddle upstream. Paddle or travel. As much as you can paddle.
So in the Nishnashida camp, no matter what time of the sun we arrive there, we only pick the canoes. We don't stay there at all.
Yep. You're not camping there.
Yeah, good.
You can camp anywhere else en route, but not at Nishnajada. And it's just assumed here that it is stealth in all ways. If you're carrying your boat on the road and you hear a car coming, you need to disguise your boat and tuck in. No visibility at all. You won't know who's driving by. It could be someone you know, perhaps. Okay. Is this leg of the mission clear so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you get to this end of the spring pond, you hop up into the forest and head due west. Here you're walking. You hit the road. You go due north on the road for a distance. It's at least the distance from Nishnajada to the bridge on the road until you hit a stream. This stream is called Kimball Creek, K-I-M as in Mary, B-A-L-L. You put in at Kimball Creek on the river side of the road.
And you say we walk on the road. Do we really walk on the road?
It's up to you. You just stay invisible.
Okay.
Now, of course, it's going to be hard if all of you are in a cluster with your boats and you all have to tuck away right away, and there's not a decent place to tuck away with your boats. So you need to figure all of that out as you go. You need to have complete stealth right here. Whenever you're traveling on a mission, it's complete silence. That you probably already know. Okay, when you get here, you put in your boats on the river side, and you'll be heading downstream. We're now in the Headwaters Wilderness here. About a mealtime down the stream, depending upon your rate of travel, you're going to come to 4 streams who come together. When you're here, you look off to the south, and there is an old beaver dam. The beaver dam has been abandoned. And from a distance, it looks like a high road built over the bog. The dam is so big. Biggest beaver dam this person's ever seen. She's quite a sight. It's just a little scenic attraction while you're going through the wilderness. So keep going, and you're going to be traveling on and on and on until you hit. Is this part of the mission clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's Kimball Creek, the creek you're on. That is going to eventually run into a larger stream. This is the Pine River, the south branch of the Pine River. Going at Kimball Creek here, as you come down closer and closer to the Pine River, you're going to see some nice campsites on the river side of the stream. There's a high bluff. The stream runs right beside this high bluff. Very good campsite up above.
What is a bluff?
Bluff is a cliff.
Ah, okay.
High rise. And before that, you'll see some islands in the wetland. Islands with red and white pine. They're pretty good campsites too. This one's ideal though. It's a very nice one. And as you continue, you're going to hit a larger stream flowing north. You're going to paddle upstream until you hit a road.
So it's south direction.
Pardon?
So it's more or less south direction.
Yes, correct. This road is the same road you crossed when you went up Furbus Creek. And this road you can't miss. Paved road. Substantial bridge. The bridge is not an impediment. You just paddle right under the bridge and keep going. Is this part of the mission clear? Part of the route. Okay. You pass up by the Narrows. You're going upstream from the Narrows about, depending on how fast you paddle in, half a meal time maybe. And you're going to hit a beaver dam. This is a beaver dam holding water. You put in on the other side of the beaver dam and paddle upstream. The stream's going to curve around like this. Pretty soon after you put in after the dam. And on this side of the stream, right around the curve, start looking in the grasses. There's a line of tag alders. So you look in the grass here. This is all flooded because of the beaver dam. Look in the grass, very close to the alders, and you're going to find a boat half sunk, maybe 3/4 sunk now. Alders. So you're looking into the grass. You have to look in here because you're going to miss the boat if you keep paddling indefinitely. You can't see the boat from the stream. You have to poke around in the grasses here. And there's only going to be one boat. You can't confuse that boat with any other boat. So when you find that boat, your mission is to get the boat afloat and take her all the way back to the big road, the big bridge. Bring the boat up out of the water and set the boat off to the side, off to the south side of the pullout, and then you retrace your route back to Nishnajda.
To Nishnajda.
Pardon?
All the way to Nishnajda.
Yep.
Oh, that's it.
Easy.
Yeah, that's all.
Do we set up camp at Nishnajda?
No. You've each got your individual notes. After we leave, you go over your notes and you do this again so that you are all on the same wavelength in terms of what you're doing. You need to be of one mind and one voice and one spirit.
The Headwaters Wilderness has over 22,000 acres of untouched forested wetlands and hardwood ridges. Located within the Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest, this region contains some of the largest and oldest trees in Wisconsin and is home to the headwaters of the Pine River, a legally protected wild river. The trainees make the long journey via Furbus Creek and Kimball Creek to the Pine River on a mission to find a long-ago abandoned boat and to deliver her to the rendezvous location. From there, they'll retrace their route to map out the entire area they've traveled on a reconnaissance mission back to Nishnajada, their camp.
Somehow, in some way. Yeah.
This person was only able to take 2 moons of the immersion training because that's all she could be absent from work. Her time in the wilderness with the pack ends on a high note, helping to complete the main mission with speed and finesse. The pack will miss her presence. Before returning to Germany, she undergoes an exit interview and will have continued support and aftercare as a part of the reintegration phase of this training. The pack's relationship with firemaking has progressed beyond simple fireboards or the 2-stick method. They now explore ways to coax the fire spirit from branches and even deadfall trees, and they are experimenting with natural fibers for cordage.
The idea of us was to have this ridge here, where the dust can set up, like here. And then we get the airflow through that ridge, so that it starts burning in here. But we think we need a wider ridge.
So this is from the chingap, the bark. So basically breaking the branches and then peeling them, which feels to this person not so good actually. So that's why he also stopped after 2 branches. But yeah, it seems quite flexible, could work. This is hazel. Actually, not as strong as hoped. Maybe also because she's dry now. And this is an attempt with those little thingies here. But this is basically also just playing around, goofing around, what is working, with what can I make string, with what can this person make string, and so still in a process.
Oh, the squeaking, eh? running over all those obstacles. It's really nice, but the one that we have, like, you can control it by turning your hand.
What?
What happened?
It's the first time that's happened. The spinner went through the
Oh
hand.
wow!
And it hit his hand. Hit their hand. Oh, look how sharp it goes.
Oh wow! Actually, did work with the ridge here.
Yes.
And then it fell over into this hole on the other side. And then it started burning. Nice.
So this is your final step in the transition to your relationship with fire. No tools for cordage, no bark, no root, just the actual wood. And you're all capable now, you all have the basics. This is our ultimate mission, a life mission, we might say. Next sun, you are each going to bring your stories in to the Nadmadoning, and you are going into campus. And your stories are going to be the introduction to a training manual you are going to put together. You are going to, based on your notes and your memories, you are going to be coming together as a pack and deciding how you're going to do this and who's going to be doing what. You're essentially going to be compiling your notes and creating a training manual. This is what we covered the other sun about being the last step in learning, pulling it all together so that you're able to, first of all, have it in a cohesive form for yourselves, and secondly, to be able to present it to others, to pass it on. First of all, it's really important to embrace the fact that your story, the story you are putting down, is a vibrant and vital part of your transition. Remember that this story is yours. You're first of all writing it for yourself. This is you looking in a mirror. This is what we've been working and praying and playing for. So put that in your story, and anything else that is relevant and important to you as part of this story. Get it down. Be as little children. Pure, spontaneous, trusting in the now, filled with joy and gratitude for whatever is. Yeah. That's why this story is going to help us with our transition, because the transition has nothing to do with what's out there. It has everything to do with what's in here.
This person just wants to say that they heard that like the process is all happening within, and still they would be very happy to have this time to go out into the city together with the pack to like have the experience of going to a shop, to a supermarket, to also there they're like stepping into this and then having the possibility to come back to a safe space to reflect on this all together, and then like having this work more done inside. Yeah. So they would be very happy to have this inside the transition phase here as well.
Yeah, that's part of the transition training. It's coming up.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Okay, so getting to Wilderness.
feel like I'm in school.
Can anyone explain to me how this mission was going?
Wait, there's something missing.
Yes. Oh wait. Okay. Well, Let's make the teacher the teacher look.
A bit dirty.
So, our first mission to reach Wawa. As you all may remember, we did have some struggles. Yes, maybe the person on here can explain a little bit more.
We got lost.
Ah, yes, we got lost.
Yeah, because it was all cloudy.
Okay, so we started.
Getting our pack frames.
Mission
Oh
1.
yeah, that was mission 1 actually.
Yeah.
This mission
Frames.
contains many missions.
Yeah,
Until the last song.
but this person feels like we shouldn't go too much into detail
No.
with the pack frames, so...
And it's also for us, for if we will teach in the future, then we have a manual to use.
As also it was one of the teachings when you were already gone that in the learning process is only finished with the step of giving teachings to what you actually learned, like passing on the knowledge, because the knowledge was coming from somewhere and needs to be kept in the flow.
Next sun, it's up bright and early to take showers, put on your town clothes, and be ready to leave at 7:45 for Sunset Grill.
Such a weird sentence.
They might have a flushing toilet. Remember those?
This is crazy. Also a hot chocolate with cream.
With whipped cream?
Yeah, first.
Anyone else?
No.
It's a good cup.
And then we're all out of waffles today, so I'm sorry for the one of the waffles.
Then this person will Texas French toast.
What is Texas French toast?
So much sugar.
Wow.
Whoa, oh my god.
Oh, so sweet.
So sweet, it hurts, man. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
This person would probably ask for it.
You can have a big bite.
No? Then golden caramel? Like that. And I'm just excited to go pasta.
First, pass it around so we can all hold our breath. Easter gratitude this morning.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. This is good seeing you.
I'll come in here.
This one?
Yeah, got them.
Ah, okay.
Super dirty. Not even worth cleaning them.
Like, this is one of my nice ones. The others are even more dirty.
fanboys.
Oh yeah, we do
For pumpkin pie.
More to that.
The pack expresses their fears around leaving this beautiful wilderness home they've grown to love, and around splitting up and going their separate ways. Letty offers some words of wisdom and comfort.
There's a holy instant right here where we are, in this very, very instant, this very moment, in this paradise, inside and outside. When we fully connect with that, last sun, it was so encouraging and so hopeful to hear the words, I have it in me and I can take it anywhere, wherever I go. And you also stay here. This person walks through the woods and she hears, oh, Breathing Creek walked through here. And Hunting Moon pooped over there.
And over there, and over there.
And the woods doesn't have anything except this cherishing for all of it. For all of it. And we can be in that state as well. We can be curious about tomorrow, next week, you know. We can be curious about those things. But how much do we attach our essence that robs us from this holy instant that is with us every moment? That's the real training. Can we live in the abundance of life that is always, always present, no matter what's happening on the outside or the inside? There is a magic that is connecting right there in that crux of the horizontal and the vertical planes. And that's the only place where we really are, ever. Except in our minds. We create hell out of heaven by what we're thinking and believing.
We gave each other the names. We can tell like how we got to the names.
Like a warm shower again.
Yeah, it was like a warm shower. We sat around the fire and together came up for the names for each person. And we really tried to capture the character and like the organ that a person represents in the pack. So if there's a skill or maybe something some pack member was still developing, then we wanted to include that in the name so that it will manifest, to help it manifest this skill sometimes someone is practicing or something like this. I think in the last moon we gave all the names. Last 2 quarter moons, last moon, so in the near the end. And before that, people were called Glasses and Medicine Beard and Blondie.
The Swedish.
The Dutch person.
Pink man.
Who talked the most?
How did you actually call this person?
Skinny one, the one who needs, the one who needs to eat.
The one who needs to eat.
When we stop saying the other female.
Yeah, this person can start with the name. There was a warm shower where they reflected them, what they see in them. What are their gifts in the pack? Yeah, some thoughts came up, and with fire they were quite fast, And then they were also a bit experimenting, thinking about coal or ember. Also, there were many suns where this person brought the fire to the pack.
Many suns.
The attribute they chose was then silence. To encourage also to be more silent.
It was a big topic on this journey to have the silence, or like several silent days, and also the slowliness that was just doing so good on him, like or that we saw as a big part of his journey, so that we wanted to invite this even more, the silence also in a way of balance within. Yeah, this person's name is Hunting Moon. She's connected to the female energy. She's in a steady motion, so you can kind of rely on her, but yet you do not always know where she is. And the hunting came because this person really loves to work with animals, like butchering, or there was also the picture of the sacred hunt, like the sacred hunt in the full moonlight in the star time. So because there's also a very strong spiritual longing or energy in this person, and they are also very much tracking their vision and their dreams, and so the hunt is also like tracking and following these tracks, and like even though it's going left and right, there's also some straight line in there. So this is how the name came to this person. Hunting.
I have the name Breathing Creek. Would like to get a warm shower again from all of you. I don't want to explain this because you gave me the name.
This calm and flowing energy, like a creek. That was one part of that.
Yeah, flow is an important for all of us. Flow is very much connected to the spirit.
Yeah.
Flow.
Yeah, we could see that he's having he's very balanced in activity and rest, and in like there's a lot of power, but there's also a lot of softness, and like this pendling balance. Like we also, like when we were thinking about who is which organ in our pack, then he also got the lung. Yeah, like also a steadiness that you can easily rely on, and this energy that is calming down also the surrounding, and the creek also, because when we were at the old camp, like the camp that we how do you say, just like put away, like every time that anyone would go by canoe on the creek to do some fishing or whatever, or the mission that we needed to carry something with the canoe, it would be Breathing Creek who would be there in the boat and steering and paddling and
enjoying that a lot, like really coming to life there.
Yes.
This person's name is Rooting Hearth.
Rooting Hearth.
This person also finds it a bit difficult to explain themselves.
Especially as
You can do that.
because you're so great.
Well, it was a lot about homecoming.
Yeah.
Like arriving in the body, arriving in the place, arriving within, in your inner home. It was a lot of homecoming during this journey.
It was already a first name.
Arrive.
Yeah. Before we made the naming circles.
Also with the rooting, their connection to plants, to the earth. So that was then also for us very fitting.
And they have a very caring energy, like having the view for what's needed in the pack, and also during some inner processes being there, asking super good questions, being present, listening. So that's also the hearth, like this caring and where people can come and feel comfortable.
You did like take the space in the middle in the group from time to time, and also that very strong ability from you to just get the group together. Like that was like something really, a very social person who's quite easily like pulling the strings so that everyone comes back together, and like a fire hearth that's like just where people feel drawn to.
And when you're making a fire or doing something challenging, you can always expect root to be rooting for you. Yeah. Yeah. True.
Also big knowledge about plants, farming. He's also a passion, eh?
Rooting hearts. Very beautiful. Very grateful for this name.
Rooting heart. What about piercing light?
Yeah.
Piercing was something that came to us because we had this picture of like the ray that falls through the clouds, and she is a woman who a person. They are a person who getting worse. Just stop. No, they are a person who can be very precise. Specifically, like the guardian principles, she could be very precise on how to, already having an idea how to do things.
The sharp mind, somebody who notices a lot, analyzes, and then not a lot goes unnoticed. Yeah.
Undetected?
Yeah.
Sometimes very shrouded and dark as well, and then also to say, okay, the piercing light which goes through the clouds and brings the light.
Yeah. Also, the piercing light is, just the beginning, and then the sky opens up and gets more and more light.
Yeah, we also thought about cloud breaker for a time.
Now, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also having a beautiful vision to bring to the world. So, like having this light as like a crack where then more can unfold.
Silent quest, he who brings the stories home.
No, living quest.
Oh yeah.
He who brings the story home.
Yeah.
The stories.
Yeah, stories, plural. Yeah.
That was a fun name.
Yeah.
That was a nice process.
Yeah.
I think we got to quest quite fast, right?
No.
No, it was quite a long
storyteller.
Oh yeah,
and we were like, already like a story, but the story sounds so maybe more like a tale. There's more
saga.
fantasy, like a saga.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were just thinking of he would be in the medieval times. He would be a bard.
Yeah.
With traveling from tavern to tavern, and he doesn't really have a home, and he's playing his songs and tells the stories,
Entertains.
and so we were.
I can totally see it.
And we were just totally on that trip.
But also he's sometimes just off on their own, and then we're like, anyone know where this guy is?
Where's Swedish guy?
Yeah.
Swedish guy,
Where did you go?
Swedish guy, I don't know. Swedish guy, where did you go? Please let us know. Swedish guy.
That's such a good song.
And then there's Humming Rock. This person calls him King Humming Rock.
Yes.
The third, the king. Yeah, exactly.
The third, huh?
It's more because it sounds cool. Well, Humming Rock had a very beautiful encounter with the hummingbird.
Yeah.
So that's where the humming came from.
Oh, Robert would love to hear that story of the humming.
We were we were reflecting on our experience, and we were all doing it on our own. So this person decided to have a silent reflection day and walked out on the Wolf Ridge, set up his camp there, and had his reflection and stalked some humans, which was fun. And then slept there in the evening and really like got a lot into reflection, and it was very powerful journey that he was on. And then the next morning, when he had the strong need to walk back, he remembered the two humans that he was stalking, and they arrived with a canoe on the river. And he was thinking that maybe there's any sign of who those two humans were. So he walked to the bathing area that's at the river, and he wanted to see if there's a canoe or just any kind of sign. But there was nothing, so this person just had the strong need to drink up. And so he took his bowl and put it in the water, put it up, and he drank it. And as he removed the bowl, there was a hummingbird directly in front of his face. And we were just like staring at each other, awkwardly staring at each other. Like, right? And the hummingbird looked directly into this person's eyes, and we just like felt like a connection, like we were looking into each other's souls. And what felt for this person like an eternity, but it was only like a few seconds, this person had a strong feeling of, whoa, I'm not worthy or honored to have this connection right now. So I wanted to look away, and as I looked away, the bird just totally in sync moved the same way, and he just kept staying in my focus of the view. And so I was like, whoa, and the bird was also like just flying there. So I looked back, and the bird also just moved back there. I was like, oh wow, and then I looked up, and then he flew away. And it was just a very beautiful moment, because it probably was somewhere around 4 to 5 seconds, but it felt like a very long moment. And also for the hummingbird, was that quick, always high on sugar animal, it must have felt like an eternity for this animal. So it was a very powerful sharing.
So Rock is, for that he's usually not so talkative.
It's really funny.
Except when he starts to talk about sweets in the year log. Like, this was part of his naming circle. That like there's a lot of knowledge there, but it's hard to get it out.
But we see a very strong guiding energy, and guiding also in a way that like really just to say what's necessary, or like not just to throw out all the answers, but more like being the stability of a rock that's also giving some security for others to explore around and be in movement. And also the humming was also like this this kind of vibration of some deeper knowledge.
While I still breathe, there is a way, there is a way, there is a way. Come, follow me, follow me, follow
This is
Feels so far away from my back.
sending off song.
Oh, the wind is so far away.
Farewell to my old self. I bid you adieu, and the dear land of my birth. I'll truly miss you. I'm set off to seek out a home for my soul, in hopes to find where I can run with the wolves. Farewell to my old friends, for a while we must part, and so to the woman so close to my heart. the deep and
dark forests, my love will not chill. And the longer my leaving, the more loving she'll feel. My gear is all packed, and my sight does not fail. I'm longing to set foot and follow the trail,
where the wild deer do roam,
and the eagle does sail
on
uplifting breezes o'er mountain and vale.
the faraway forest is coming more near. My eyes that were cloudy
are growing more clear.
The birds they sing sweetly of the vision I hold, to free my deep yearning, to sing with the wolf.
Farewell to my old self, I bid you adieu.
And the dear land of my birth, I truly miss you.
I'm set off to seek out a home for my soul, in hopes to find where